are here.
Yes, we are.
We are back at Four Horsemen Studios for the Money in the Bank show. Abby! I'm Andre Gordon, directed by Dre.
I'm John Roca, at The Roca Says.
We're back, man.
We're back, man.
We were on hiatus.
We were. We took some time off.
And there's some changes, John.
There are some changes. No more sunglasses. No more hashtags. None of that stuff. I'm just going to talk wrestling. I just want to break it all back down to what we were talking about, which is wrestling. I don't know how we're going to do segments. I don't know how we're going to do anything. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants today and figuring this thing out because we didn't like the way the kind of shows were going at the end there, so we're making changes.
Hashtag improv. Just kidding.
Right?
So, John.
Yes. Yes.
I want to ask, first of all, I love what you're saying.
This is a Money in the Bank show. It might be our new theme song. Anyway, yes, go ahead.
The unification of the championship.
Wait, before we start in, can we give a shout out to our boy joining us? Cena?
Yes. Yes. John?
Right?
And
Santa Cena?
We have made up over the hiatus. I got him a hat. And I invited him to do the show. John said that was cool too. He wanted to get to know him a little bit better. So John and John?
Yeah.
The Johns are here.
Look at that.
Can't see me.
Christmas miracles do happen.
Yes.
There you go.
I love you, buddy.
All right, let's get to. So, what did you want to know?
Speaking of John.
Yes.
Now we are we're unifying these titles here.
Yes. Yes. Didn't we do this already?
Yes.
Didn't Chris Jericho win this thing?
Which I thought was a mistake. Jericho winning it back then.
I'm sorry. Still the biggest mistake ever in wrestling.
He beat The Rock
and Stone Cold.
And Stone Cold
on the same night.
Come on!
Ridiculous.
Now they're going to repeat itself.
Yeah.
With John Cena probably beating Randy Orton.
Right.
Do you think John Cena's going to win?
I do think so. John Cena, yeah, I do. I think he's going to win. The whole reason, and what you're reading in the internet chatter, is that the ratings were going down for the pay-per-views because they felt that Cena was more of a draw than Daniel Bryan or CM Punk.
They're blaming Daniel Bryan for the pay-per-view.
Well, that's what happened. That's why Daniel Bryan's fighting the Wyatts now. They pushed him down to kind of mid-card level, which is ridiculous.
Can we blame where the blame belongs? Triple H
and Stephanie
McMahon.
Yes, that's where the blame really belongs because their creative choices, their creative direction has just been terrible. Yeah. Terrible.
It's been all about them. Mm-hmm. It's been all about what they want to do, what they want to see.
Right.
They're making themselves the center of the storyline. It got so bad that I took a little break. I will say it on the air.
Yeah.
I took a little break because I was just tired of the Triple H who's going to come out. And,
mm-hmm.
You know, he's good on the mic, but it's just the whole thing.
Yeah.
I've watched Triple H for years. I'd like to see something new. I felt like the fans were totally over on Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So how can they blame it on him?
Well, that's the thing that's ridiculous. And I agree with you. I stopped watching, too, because it was so boring. Every week was the same thing. It was a retread storyline from the 90s, back when Triple H and Stephanie were married and took over power. Yeah. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now you've got Kane in a suit and tie. And the reason they're doing that is because Kane, in real life, the guy is running for a House of Representatives seat in Tennessee. So they don't want him wearing the red mask and threatening to kill people and throw people through tables and fire because he's actually trying to run for a real political office, which will tell you about the state of America right now, that could even be possible. That was so stupid. And so they put him in a suit and tie now, and he's doing things that he's
Wait
doing.
a second.
Yeah.
Hold the iPhone. Sponsored. Maybe.
Please. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane.
Yeah.
Is running for office.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
So we've had Jesse the Body Ventura.
Yes. Who won?
Who won?
Governor of Minnesota. Yes.
Lyndon McMahon.
Who tried to win.
But didn't.
Twice and didn't. Yes.
And now Kane.
Now Kane. Yes.
The big red monster who set someone on fire, who had sex with a corpse on live television.
The chair recognizes the representative of Tennessee, Kane. Yes, tell us about Obamacare, Kane. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The man who set fire to people. Yeah. Anyway, let's go forward.
So we have Randy Orton versus John Cena.
Yes.
I feel like even with those two choices, I just don't know. I don't think it's not exciting to me.
It's not exciting, and it's killing everything because Daniel Bryan, I haven't seen a reaction for a guy. We will say this: we haven't seen a reaction for a guy like this since the days of The Rock, Stone Cold, and even going back to Hogan.
Yes.
An entire audience just doing this every week. Entire audience. That's so difficult to have happen. There's always people pulling back, and he was fantastic. And the fact that Triple H is so blind to his idiocy and his crap that he thought it was Daniel Bryan, that the corporate executives think it was Daniel Bryan was the reason, is short-sighted and stupid. Yeah. It was because they filled all the other storylines with terrible characters, terrible storylines, terrible happenings within the storylines that the public was bored with.
Yeah, I feel like this is really interesting, John.
Yeah.
We have people like Daniel Bryan, we have people like Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, Ziggler.
Who's been pushed way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think that...
He jobbed to Sandow last night. But go ahead. Yeah, go.
He jobbed to Sandow. And then your boy Sandow, they had him lose the Money in the Bank too?
Yeah, to John Cena.
To John Cena.
Right. So ridiculous.
I'm starting to get upset with you again, John. But it's okay. I'm letting go.
Look, actually, you know, I've come around on this. I don't blame Cena anymore.
No,
Cena is Cena, right?
Uh-huh.
He just wants to work. He loves the business. You watch Total Divas, you get a really good grasp of what John Cena is. And I respect the man. Like, he loves what he does. I've come around on him. I just hate his character on screen.
I agree with you 100%. I dig him on Total Divas.
Yeah.
I am admitting that I watched Total Divas.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. I think he's actually cool. I wish who he was on Total Divas was who he was on air.
Absolutely.
On Raw.
Absolutely.
I think he would go over with the entire crowd. I think they're missing an opportunity.
Because he's human. He's real. And that's what's so great about him on Total. Like, he is who he is. He has his altercations with his girlfriend. They have really sweet moments. He's actually a really genuinely caring guy. But when he gets in front of that mic and he starts making those homophobic jokes, starts making slightly like, who's a man, who's a real man jokes, and when he starts talking about, I earned everything, I fought for everything, nothing was handed to me, it's wrestling. Everything is handed to you. You're told you're going to be champion. You're told you're not going to be champion. So, in essence, everything is handed to you. Now, you work out in the gym, you learn the techniques, you go and do the matches, that's something else. But, you know, this whole, it's just, for me, it's just be yourself. That's what the audience radiates. And I think that's why the audience turns on him, because they sense that he's fake, that he's putting this fake persona on rather than being himself.
And not to mention that homophobic stuff that he talks about, you know, he's a very gentle hugger. He hugs very gently. And I've actually never felt such a strong man with such a gentle touch. It's quite tender.
All right, then.
So maybe it's just a cover, because...
Tender? Yeah.
I quite enjoy your hugs, John.
All right.
Okay, I won't tell anyone else.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy hugs. There's
nothing
wrong with it, right? We don't judge.
Firm embrace, Barrow.
Well, he's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
So yeah, so what do you think? Or what do you think about the integration?
Okay. You know, I wish it was something more exciting.
Yeah.
I wish there was, like, a true heel versus a true... What happened?
Yeah. True heel versus...
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I wish it was, like, Brock Lesnar versus...
Right.
So, you know, build it up!
Yeah. Well, they're trying to turn certain people heels now. Like, The Miz is getting the heel push.
But then he fought with...
Yeah. Kofi.
Yeah!
Right.
It's so confusing now.
Yeah.
Everything's confused. I'm confused.
I thought, we did the show, we started the show because we were really enjoying the product and what was going on.
Uh-huh.
Something changed when they let Triple H and Stephanie become in power. The storylines completely changed, creative changed, and it just killed what had been a nice rhythm for such a long time.
Yeah.
You know, you had people to hate, you had people to like, you enjoyed the twists and the changes. Cena was always the constant, but it's like now they just don't want to push the people that they want to put, because they don't know how to do it. I feel like they don't have the creative people in place to really push these things effectively to get over with the audience.
Yeah.
There's a reason the ratings were down in those pay-per-views the last few. It isn't because Cena wasn't there. It isn't that.
No, it's not, because wrestling has always been, from Vince's perspective, bigger than any one person.
Right.
And when they lose their main star, they just make another.
Yeah.
Because they're all manufactured.
Right, exactly.
So the fact that they couldn't, I think, is more speaking to the product and less to the people that are participating in the product.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, they have to find... They had lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you look for that Rock, you look for that Austin, you look for that Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And I think Daniel Bryan... He had that.
Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Ziggler.
CM Punk.
Right.
We completely gone away from him.
Right. They put him in useless feud matches because they're trying to push the storyline of Cena versus Orton and Cena becoming ultimate champion. or unified champion, whatever it is,
Wow.
because they want to bring the ratings up. Because unfortunately now it's a corporation, and there's a board, and there are stockholders, and there are shareholders, and money has to be made, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. And so it's so frustrating to see that happening now, because it's like it should come back to its core of what it's supposed to be, which is these guys fighting, wrestling, being put in front of the audience organically gravitating to the stars they want to see consistently, and then you creating genius, intelligent, interesting storylines that people will gravitate to.
It used to be like watching a movie.
Yeah.
It used to be like, you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know who's going to turn on who.
Yeah.
There would be things that happen and you're like, what? I used to get, believe it or not, I used to get great ideas for films from watching certain storylines in wrestling.
It's not a surprise. Yeah.
Like, I used to get creative ideas from wrestling. Now, I call it my Ambien.
Yeah. This is like the 90s when Bret Hart was champion. This feels like that. When the ratings went down, when it was boring, and it wasn't quite where it should have been. And that's what it feels like now, you know, which is unfortunate because we've got ourselves possibilities that they're not really exploring fully.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're just going to talk about Biggie Langston and the Intercontinental title, the Rhodes Brothers and the tag team titles, and maybe what we could do here on this show to improve the WWE. After this. Hey, John?
Yeah.
Flu season's here.
Again, yes.
But I have not gotten sick.
Neither have I.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the flu shot off of your body, if you want us to stay healthy through this season, I recommend...
Through any season.
You're right.
Right, but especially flu season.
You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. I just want to be healthy right now. Yes, actually, I'd like to all that. Thank you, DJ. I recommend the Health Pack. It is AM and PM packets for your supplements. Hogan loves it. I've been taking it for over a year. John's been taking it for about a year.
Yeah.
And we have not gotten sick yet.
I haven't gotten a sniffle. Like, it's amazing. This stuff really, really works. Like, there's no bull crap. This stuff really works.
It does.
It's been a year, like you said. So it's
They're not paying us to say that.
Nope.
We actually love it.
Yeah.
So go to therocalife.usana.com and you can check it out there. Peace out.
Hi, welcome back to the Money in the Bank show. Can you tell we've been on hiatus?
Yes,
I'm a little rusty. We are moving on to maybe talk quickly about the tag team division. Some stuff that's going on with the Intercontinental Championship. Andre, it's been a few weeks. We've both been like not really paying attention that much to it, but we both watched last night. We both read up on stuff that had happened before. So what do you think? What's going on?
You know, I think it's cool that they have the Rhodes Brothers together.
Yeah, that's been a great thing. Yeah.
I like Dustin and I like Cody. Yeah. I feel like they don't really have a strong feud going again.
Yeah.
I feel like they've missed an opportunity once again with the Shield. Shield's kind of like getting kind of weird for me. I noticed that they are moving Roman Reigns kind of out of that. They're highlighting him a little bit more.
Oh.
Which is interesting. But I think the divisions are only as good as the feuds within them.
Yeah, I agree.
We watched Florida State play Florida. The feud is there.
The feud is always there.
Auburn played Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
The feud is there.
Yeah, yeah.
The Rhodes and the Shield, there's no feud.
Right.
And Cena and whoever, there's just no feud there.
Yeah.
Biggie Langston, I can tell they're trying to push him in a feud with either Sandow.
Yeah.
Looks like
Sandow, because Sandow won last night. Yeah, he beat Ziggler. Yeah.
But I feel like, again, I know it's a lot of complaining, but you can't have Sandow win the Money in the Bank case and then fight for the IC title.
Give him a chance. That's the thing that made me angry about it, because Cena had lost it before, but Cena is already Cena when he lost it. Sandow's still building himself up, so let him win it. Give him a shot with the strap and see what happens. See how people react. See, people might like. He might pick up the ball and run with it. You just never know. But at least give him a chance.
Agreed.
Don't just immediately have him lose it because you think it's creatively not the smart thing, and then move down and down. It's so frustrating to see that, you know. And I have such trouble. And I liked the face turn with Biggie. I thought that was coming.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see that happen. And actually, behind the mic, he's incredibly smart.
He's funny too.
Yeah, and he's funny as hell. Like, a guy that size, you automatically think, oh, he's kind of like, you know,
meathead.
Yeah, meathead. But he's actually incredibly smart and fun to listen to, and does great banter. Had great banter last night with JBL and the King and Cole. And so I love that. I think it's actually great. If they keep him face for a while, it could actually be a big thing for him. You know.
I agree.
Yeah, you never know. I've never seen a guy that big have the strap. So in that kind of size, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be interesting to see how, you know, if he would do that. You know,
well, I don't think they could get the world title.
I don't know. I don't know.
There's never been a black world champion.
Well, The Rock.
He's Samoan and white and
well, there's black in there. There's half and half. He's half and half.
You know, he's full on. Right. Not gonna happen.
Right.
Vince ain't doing that.
In the WWE, yeah.
Not happen. Ron Simmons in the WCW.
Right.
Days.
And Booker T had it in WCW, and also who am I not remembering? Butch Reed. Butch Reed had it back in the other provinces back in the 70s. So yeah, that's happened, but WWE has not.
WWE, the good old WWE.
The good old
boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So John, speaking of the good old days.
Yes.
As we close out this show,
The good old days.
I wanted to just talk real quick about your favorite match ever.
Ooh.
From WCW.
Oh, from WCW.
And then from WWE.
Wow. Wow. Oh, Jesus. I would have to say my favorite match in WCW was probably Sting Flair.
Ooh.
He's either Starrcade or War Games. I think it's Starrcade.
Yeah.
That was one of the most amazing matches I've ever seen when Sting finally beat Flair.
Small package?
Right, the small package. I mean, it was very reminiscent of what Steamboat and Flair had for many years, and they brought it back with Sting having that kind of charisma and aura, the face paint, the new kid, the young kid. He was electrifying the crowd. The women were all over him, and so it was a real competition to Flair.
Yeah.
Who Flair had been well known for being with the ladies and well known for being a big over with the fans, and so to see that come about. And the match was such a great back and forth.
So good.
You didn't, because he had lost to Flair so many times. You didn't think he was going to win, and then eventually he pulled that small package. And after it's just an amazing match and a long match. I was so impressed by that. It's one of those things that always stuck in my mind in terms of those matches. Yeah. But my favorite match is Hogan turning and becoming NWO. But that's my favorite moment, right? But the Sting Flair match is my favorite match. Yeah.
My favorite WCW match, again, involves Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh,
the crimson mask on Flair. Steamboat and Flair, God, Mr. Wrestling was good!
Yeah.
So good!
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I actually feel like the matches in WCW were better quality than those of WWE or WWF back then. The wrestlers were actually better. Yeah. But the product was better than the WWF. Right. But yeah, Flair, Steamboat, Flair, Sting, you can't really go wrong. I guess it's anything Flair.
Right. Well, and that was the knock on the matches back then, right? The hardcore wrestling fans were WCW fans or Georgia wrestling fans, and the people who wanted a product and entertainment were WWF fans, what had been the WWF at the time. And so that was always the knock. So yes, the greater matches were happening in the WCW, in the Georgia Championship Wrestling, all those kinds of things. They weren't happening to the level that they happened until Steamboat and Savage. To me, that's the turning point. That was the turning point, and it's not a shock. There's two former, two former guys who've been going through the territories. No surprise that was the match that changed, to me, everything that you could see in WWE.
So, is that your favorite match in WWF?
Crap, yeah. I guess you have to say yes. I would have to say that's probably my favorite match. Right. Once again, favorite moment: Hogan. Andre the Giant.
Oh!
Favorite match, Steamboat, Savage, WrestleMania 3. Yeah, absolutely. That match had everything that you could possibly have. And he was coming off having been hit in the throat. Crunch. Yeah, larynx crunch with the ring bell, so he was getting his revenge story. And all that kind of stuff. So for me, I thought the match it was so amazing. The storylines within the match were fantastic, the back and forth, and it was really two wrestlers who in their prime, at the top of their game, feeding off each other, and you can sense that organically. Yeah. When you watch wrestling, you can sense when they're really in tune with each other. Like you can sense chemistry on screen, or chemistry when you see people together. Like you can just sense it, you know?
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I was thinking that potentially, that maybe one of my favorite matches in the WWF ever would have been when Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. Because it kind of changed my childhood. And we're like, what?
Right.
A bomb went off in my ear.
No doubt.
The bell, ding, what?
No
Hogan
doubt.
just lost. But Savage.
Yeah.
Steamboat. In the spirit of the holiday season. I agree.
Yeah.
What's that, John? Oh, we gotta go. John's gotta use the bathroom. Not just John Cena.
Right.
Oh, okay. He wants to give me another hug. Guys, thank you for joining us this holiday show. We will be on hiatus again soon because the holidays are back. But wanted to at least come back and say hi. Remind you that we're here.
We did. We wanted to, kind of do the show, kind of come back to it, kind of see how we are, see where we're at, and see if we want to keep going with the show, and see if we want to keep going with talking about this stuff. So we changed the format a little bit. You know, if we try and your patience, we apologize. But if you're enjoying the show, please follow us. Please tweet us. You know, we love to get those tweets from y'all, and we love to get the emails from y'all if they, what you can see. So we love doing the show. It's just a matter of like, if the product's not there,
it's hard.
What are we going to talk about?
So if you don't want us to do the show anymore, tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us we suck.
Sure.
And then we will not listen to you. Or we will.
Or we will. You never know.
You never know. So, peace out. Sing us out, John. Sing us out.
Thank you for watching the Money in the Bank show.